Well, it feels like 2022 all over again as the Lackawanna Steelers win the section title, this time in Class B. Hello, everyone. Welcome here to the G&G Fitness postgame show. My name's Jacob Fike. Alongside me is Francis Beck. And Francis, we saw Lackawanna able to come out with a 20-8 lead in the end of the first half. West Seneca East tried to make it a battle, but the Steelers ended up being too much for them in the end.
Yeah, I think that defensive line from Lackawanna just seemed to get stronger and stronger as the game went on. DJ Benker was running for his life most of that second half. And, he made some plays, but he had to do a lot of heroics, get out of the pocket a lot. But Lackawanna, this game came down to the line, and it was Lackawanna with the better line on both sides, and they come out with the victory.
The line had some really good key plays on both sides of the ball. But if you were watching this broadcast on the NFHS network, you could also say this was the Michael Moore show. He was all over the field, able to sling the ball downfield, and on QB design plays was able to help the running attack get going against this West Seneca East defense.
By far the MVP of this game. He was 11 of 17, 201 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and on the ground he ran the ball 9 times for 36 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was that fullback who plays quarterback, and he really made some spectacular plays early on with his legs and then more with his arm in the second half.
Yeah, this was a game where it just seemed, and what was I would also say is crazy too is, remember, when this game got going, a minute into this game, West Seneca East was up 8-0.
Yeah,
then after that, Lackawanna was just able to take over the rest of the way.
Yeah, you would thought like, oh man, is West Seneca East going to roll here? And then ensuing drive, Lackawanna slowly takes it down the field and scores on a 1-yard QB sneak by Moore, and just Lackawanna had the control the rest of the game. It's almost like Lackawanna just had to make a quick adjustment, and then all of a sudden it was all them the rest of the game.
Yeah, and there's some other key guys to congratulate. Orlando Taylor played phenomenal in the passing attack. Kurt Stevens on the defensive line and in the O-line did a really good job here this evening. Malachi Adams is another guy who had a really good game. Nassim Dali was a big part of the rushing attack. And Mackay Scott, another guy part of the running attack that got the job here at Highmark Stadium.
Yeah, and this Lackawanna rushing attack didn't get a ton, but did what they needed to do. Nassim Dali, 14 carries, 57 yards. Mackay Scott, 11 carries, 61 yards. Not like eye-popping days, but I think a lot of the plays they made, a lot of the runs they had were key plays that kept drives going, and that's how you build on momentum.
Build on momentum, and a type of game where you knew if Lackawanna was going to get the edge early on, they can help pull away from this game. And this is a team where, if you've seen them throughout the season, Francis, I've talked to Marcus Rivers a couple of times doing a couple of the broadcasts throughout the season when they took on Pioneer and on Depew. They always heard about this team not going to be as successful compared to last year's team, considering they had a guy like Tyrone Clark Jr. in the backfield. He transfers to St. Francis. You lose some key guys on the defense side of the ball.
Sammy
LaFarrell Hines,
who's now at ECC.
And then you had LaFarrell Hines Jr. was a big part of the pass rush. Those guys are all gone. Tyrone Clark Jr. is gone. They hear that this team, from the outside that, you might not be good this year. Well, here they were at Highmark Stadium, and they are now Class B champions.
Yeah, it just really shows the program that Coach Marcus Rivers is building. His first sectional title as a coach. I believe he was an assistant in 2022 when they last won. I believe that was Adam Tardif's last year as head coach at Lackawanna. But, they're really building a good program down in Lackawanna. And a year when you count it up, you can make an argument that last year they should have been here. Remember, they were number 1 seed in Class B. They lost in the first round. This year we thought, okay, they lose Clark. They lose a bunch of guys. They come out of the gate a little bit shaky, 2-2 to start the year. But, they just keep turning it on. They get all these close wins, and they find themselves at the stadium, and their guys showed up to play and get a victory.
And their season will continue on, as they will be in the Far West Regionals next week at All High Stadium. As for the opponents they might face, we're going to find that out on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. at Rush Henrietta High School. They'll face either Monroe or HFL. One of those teams Whoever wins the Section 5 Class B title will take on Lackawanna next week.
Yeah, this Monroe team, I'll admit, Lackawanna, they're scary. We've known about them since the summer in different 7-on-7 and passing leagues throughout the state. We've heard a ton about them. They have a couple D1 guys on that team, including their wide receiver who's committed to Oregon. They were here a couple weeks ago to face Timon, took care of business against Timon. So this team is scary. It's certainly scary, and Lackawanna has a tough challenge for them next week. Of course, Monroe still has to win on Saturday, but if it's Monroe, it's going to be a tough challenge for Lackawanna.
Well, right now it is celebration for the Lackawanna Steelers. Congratulations to them on winning the Section 6 Class B championship game. Behind us, we have Bennett and Jamestown. They'll be battling out for the AA championship to end the Section 6 championships here at Highmark Stadium. We'll end on this one here at the G&G Fitness postgame show. We'll get our pregame show coming up in just a bit for the AA title between Jamestown and Bennett.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness, your goal is our goal.